welcome to Chit Chat with me, Christina Cox. My guest is Crystal Pope. She's an experienced HR business partner and talent acquisition manager. She's currently looking for her next opportunity and ready to join your team. So find her on LinkedIn today. Crystal, thank you for coming on Chit Chat today. It's great to have you here. I briefly got to know you at Belk. You were in stores recruiting, but tell me a little bit about what you're looking for in this kind of next chapter of your life, and we'll go into kind of the beginning.
Yeah, so and I know that you know me from talent acquisition. But before talent acquisition, I was actually in the field as an HR business partner. And so, fortunately, I have the experience of both. And so, I am very open to both HR business partner roles and talent acquisition roles. So I think that is one of the advantages that I've had of having both worlds, so to speak.
Very cool. And I could see how you would be an excellent, HRBP. You're just like a cheerleader. Every time I ever saw you at Belga, it was like, yeah, you're doing it. And like, just
yeah. I try to keep, as upbeat as positive as possible because, when you're at work, it's all about having fun. So
yeah, I know. We spend so much of our lives at work. Like, life's too short not to have fun with it.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, tell me about how you got started. What was your first job?
Oh boy. Okay. So I'll give you what my first job ever was.
Okay.
And then I'll give you my career job.
Yeah.
So my first job ever was actually at Dairy Queen.
Nice.
And I believe I started that job at maybe 16. And so I had that job my sophomore year, junior, and senior year of high school. And then I also worked during holiday breaks during college too. So that was like my first job ever.
Yeah. What's funny is actually when I was like 12, they opened a new Dairy Queen in like right outside our neighborhood. And that was my dream job. I was like, when I turn 14, I'm getting a job.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think I still have the skills to make a good daggone blizzard. So if you need one, come see me.
I love it. Or the little cones with the swirl.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so my first career job, though, was with Macy's as a department manager.
Okay.
And the way that I got that job was that during my senior year of college, one of the requirements was that you had to do an internship. And so I did that internship maybe the last 3 months of my senior year in college. And then about 2 to 3 weeks before it was time for me to graduate, I was actually offered the department manager position. So the rest is history, and my retail career began from that point.
Very cool. I mean, talk about like such a powerful decision to make so young, to be like, yeah, I will manage this. I mean, and Macy's too is such an empire.
Yeah.
Okay. And where was that at? Where did you live at the time?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that internship was in Florida, actually at the Pembroke Pines Mall.
Okay. Yeah. So that was your first internship, and we went from Dairy Queen to internship. But tell me about like when you were younger, did you see retail as a job you were interested in, or what was kind of that influence of your youth for what a job could look like?
Yeah. Well, first of all, don't laugh, but as a child, I wanted to be a singer.
I love it. Why would I laugh?
Well, you're going to laugh when I tell you why, but I mean, I had like the microphones and the tape recorders, and I was doing concerts, for my family and making them watch. So I know when they see this, they're going to be hysterical. But
flashbacks.
Yeah, but the thing, Christine, is I don't have a singing bone in my body. I have no singing talent capabilities whatsoever. But that's what I want it to be. But
It's heart, right? That's what takes you there.
Yeah, I had a very, as most kids do, I had a very vivid imagination. So that was that. And then, as I became a teenager and, you're preparing to go to school and you're trying to think about what it is that you want to do as far as career-wise. And a lot of people don't know this, but I actually wanted to be an interior designer.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I mean, it's something about like patterns and colors and textures, and then the way that it's all put together in a presentation, that was very intriguing to me.
Yeah.
And so that was the plan. And then I decided that I was going to major in fashion merchandising and marketing. However, when I got to school and I began to take the business courses, I'm like, okay, well, I think I'm better suited on the business side of things.
Yeah.
Hence, my 10 plus year career in retail.
Yeah. Yeah. Behind the scenes then.
Yeah.
And so, do you still do interior design for yourself now, or what do you like to do outside of work?
No, now I can tell someone what it is that I want,
Mm-hmm.
and have them bring it to life, but I don't have that, I guess, that skill to put things together, which is why I ultimately decided, hey, this is not for me. But I still like to look at very pretty presentations, and I consider that like art.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very beautiful. But no, I don't have the skill, but I will absolutely tell you what it is that I want and have someone else do it.
You're the better client now.
Exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
I love that. Okay. And what do you like to do then outside of work or outside of,
Yeah, yeah. So I think that, since this whole pandemic and we've been quarantined,
Mhm.
I've really tried to focus on my overall health. So, physical health, my mental health. And so I'm finding myself more than ever doing like self pamper nights and spa nights and taking, longer walks around the neighborhood and, just really taking the time out to connect with friends and family. I think, unfortunately, those things you take for granted when you're in the hustle and bustle of life. And so this time, while there has been some unfortunate things that have transpired from the pandemic, there's
Mhm.
also this wonderful thing of being able to take time just to be still and just to enjoy.
Being grateful for that gift of time. I can absolutely relate to that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Well, getting back into the swing of work, where would you love to see yourself?
Oh my goodness. Like I said, I'm very interested in either HR business partner opportunities or talent acquisition opportunities. I love both very much. And later, in my career as a manager, I learned that my passion is really people strategies versus sales strategies, if that makes sense. And
Absolutely.
so, that has really been my focus in my job search. And so, the interesting thing about having experience in talent acquisition in being an HR business partner is that you have such a large scope, and you see things from all perspectives, and you have all types of experiences that I have walked away with. And so anything in those two fields interest me. I would love to explore is opportunities outside of retail.
Mm-hmm.
I have grown up in retail basically my whole life, and so to have an experience outside of retail would be, I think, very challenging for me, and a good challenge for me. And
Mm-hmm.
so I would love to explore opportunities outside of retail, but still stay within that HR space.
Great. Yeah. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right?
Right, right, right.
Okay. Well, that's amazing. I've loved this chance to get to know you a little bit more, Crystal. And thank you for taking the time to jump on here and chit chat. And cheers to the job search. I hope it
Oh, thank you,
goes
Christina.
well.
You as well.
Thank you.